Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
I accept your challenge.
What if I told you that there was once a sheriff in Arkansas who was caught smoking crack?
Smack, booger sugar, white girl. Got tons of names for it.
And it also turns out that he may have a bit of a problem with smoking meth as well.
Tell me I did not just see that.
That will be most unwise and costly.
And then he got into a little bit of trouble with the FBI and also the court systems. And so allow me to take you on this amazing journey of the rise and fall of Scott Finkbeiner, the sheriff who just loved the crack. Bruh, how you smoke crack and gain weight? That's the question that I gotta ask. Listen, this man smoked 200,000 pounds of crack and gained 10 pounds. How you smoke meth and keep your teeth? Who is your insurance carrier? Tony Stark? Bruce Wayne the Batman? Damn, I mean, listen, in the comment section, I need y'all to explain to me, how do you smoke crack and gain weight?
It seems to me a strange thing.
Was this man smoking pixie sticks? Was he smoking powdered sugar? Well, what was he smoking? Freaking cream puffs? Lord Jesus, that is a mystery that I'm having a hard time figuring out. Riddle me that one, Batman, because apparently you are the one insuring him. Batman, because this man got the best health insurance in the universe.
County Sheriff changed his plea deal this morning in front of a judge. Scott Finkbeiner faces a number of criminal charges.
Who was on crack?
For all of which he initially pled not guilty.
He's definitely guilty.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
The indictment accuses Finkbeiner of trying to get federal agents to stop investigating a drug dealer who had provided the sheriff with methamphetamine.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Potentially problematic.
Stop it. Get some help.
He pled guilty to one count of lying to an FBI agent. In exchange, he will not be tried on other charges.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Flashback. And so now the former Hot Spring County Sheriff finds himself in some hot water. And let me explain to you how we got here. So Scott Finkbeiner became the Hot Spring County Sheriff, and he assured the people that there was gonna be some changes. You know, he wanted to bring some accountability.
I gotta call bullshit on that.
Except the problem with Scott Finkbeiner is that he has a bit of a substance abuse problem. And the substance that he loved the most was crack cocaine.
You smoke crack, don't you?
It's problematic at best.
And also some meth, as you might have heard before. But the reason why he fell is because there was a drug house in Arkansas, and that drug house was said to have all kinds of illegal activity that was occurring on a regular basis inside of the home. Well, when the FBI set up some cameras after one of their informants made a drug purchase, well, they captured some footage that shows Scott Finkbeiner showing up to the resident and purchasing several illegal products.
That sounds a tad suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
But that's not all he's accused of. You see, Scott Finkbeiner is also accused of using illegal substances to coerce women into activities that they might not have agreed to.
Then that's very illegal.
Right to jail, right away.
Which means that this sheriff should be on trial for the exact same reasons as Sean Combs or P. Diddy.
Don't mess with Crystal, man.
And then when that was found out, well, the FBI decided to look into Scott Finkbeiner, and they found a treasure trove of illegal activities. Like, for example, they found out that he made multiple drug purchases at this drug house, and that he was very concerned when he noticed a camera that was at the residence. And so he tried to get the authorities to take away the camera because he claimed that it was interfering with his investigation.
That's bullshit. Stop lying.
When the truth is, he didn't want prying eyes into his drug habits.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And so logically, he didn't want law enforcement looking into his activities or looking into that home because he would lose his supplier. And so this man lied to the FBI and said there was no notable drug dealing activity on that street or at that home.
I gotta call bullshit on that.
Cap. C-A-P, cap.
Which, as you might imagine, was not true, and that would also mean that he was interfering with an active federal investigation because he's a drug addict as a sheriff.
That sounds a tad suspicious.
And so he also told the FBI that he had a confidential informant inside of that drug house. And so when the FBI asked him, hey, who is this informant? Well, he told the FBI that they would not be allowed to speak to that informant. And so basically this informant didn't even exist, was what Scott Finkbeiner was using as an excuse to push out the FBI so that he could keep on being a drug addict.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And what makes it worse is that whenever someone got too close to finding out what he was doing, this guy would ask some of his drug dealers to go and get dirt on the person to smear them. It was shown that federal prosecutor Brian Achorn found out that Scott Finkbeiner had asked a drug dealer to obtain dirt on him to, as I said before, smear him, because that was the same federal prosecutor involved in going after Scott Finkbeiner in court. And that's not all the shady stuff that this guy did to try to cover up the case. Like, for example, it was reported on May the 5th of this year that Scott Finkbeiner tried to contact a witness while using a social media app known as Signal. And this guy went to court in Arkansas and claimed that he did not try to engage in witness tampering, but the judge showed a screenshot of the incoming call from Scott Finkbeiner that was taken from the witness's phone. And so this guy did everything possible, from going after the FBI, federal prosecutors, and even witnesses in his own case in order to silence people. And he was using drug dealers to do so. And so let this story be a cautionary tale, with the moral of the story being exactly what Rick James said.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.